I have been coding over 5 years, and there is a lot of advice I wish I knew when I was first starting my coding and programming journey. So the first thing is, if you're going to start something, you need to be first attach something else with why you are going to start. Because if you're not even clear enough that what actually the reason behind starting something, you won't be able to keep it for so long. And the reason, if you're not able to keep it so long, you would be quitting in between, and there is no point starting something which is not going to be lasting longer, and definitely going to build something around it. And in that case, the better decision would be to not to start the first place, and instead you can invest your time somewhere else which needed the most. So you might have a completely different reason. Someone would like to start their own startup, someone might have the business which they have been running, and any kind of technical support they want to sort it out by themselves might be the reason itself. Someone might finding the job after completion of their graduation, or they might not have completed any kind of graduation. They just want to get into this IT sector, or they fail to work as a developer. Or if you are someone who is so much interested to get into any kind of summer internship, so that is the one of the reason that you should be aware of why you started the first place, what actually you're going to learn for the so long. And I remember when I first started my journey of coding and programming, I used to be the one who would be learning from C, and then after C++, Java, and then a lot of languages I've learned in a row, maybe 6 to 7. At that time, I was not even clear enough that why actually I've been learning these things. Because at that time, I had one of the clarity that I need to learn the programming languages, I need to learn programming, but the intention was not so clear enough. But then after, it was a kind of, I was ending up achieving nothing. I was not even so much good in any of the programming languages, and I was not even good in building something using any kind of programming languages. Then after, it came to the point when I needed to build one of the applications, and there only I learned the thing which needed the most, and accordingly I built the stuffs which completely changed the way I used to be learning before. Because when you are going to build something, that is actually the way you have been learning the complete different way. It is not a kind of thing that you are going to watch something and you have completely learned all the concept of any of the programming languages, and now you are going to build something from scratch and you will be able to do it. It is not going to be the way. So you should be the one who will be starting from the scratch to the end in the mind, so that you will be able to persist whatever the time it is going to take you to learn the things. And the second point here would be, you should be first prioritizing to solve the problems. In the second, it is going to be coming the programming language. So you should first prioritize to solving the problem, and then after you should prioritize of learning the programming. Because in the end, what actually matters is you're going to solve any kind of problems. If you are going to work in any kind of industry, what you need is, you should be first aware that which kind of problem is there you would be given, and you need to first solve the problem. Programming languages is just a kind of tool which you are using in the journey of this software development process, which will help you to make that problem solved. So it is kind of tool which you are going to leverage from, and that is the main intention, is to solve any kind of problem which you will be having whenever you are developing any kind of software applications, whenever you are going to solve any kind of solution for the industries or organization. That is where it comes to the place. Because it is this one of the industry which is keep evolving every single 1 year, maybe 2 years. The technology has already been changed. When I first entered into the industry, I came to realize that every project which I have been changing, a completely new technology I have been assigned, and what you need is, you're not going to get a complete month to learn any kind of programming languages. You need to first get 1 or 2 days, and from the day after, you should start working on whatever the technology which you have given. And that is actually the most effective way to learn any kind of technology which you want. So the end of the goal is something you should be problem solver, not just the one who know programming. And the third one here would be, if you have started something and you have also the end goal, but what if the journey which you have been traveling is not going to get you what actually you want? So there it comes to the point of having any kind of mentorship. So the mentorship here would be, in this journey, you might be facing any kind of problem or challenges, or you might need any kind of suggestion which will guide you in an effective way to reach that destination within a specified interval of time, instead of spending a hell lot of times over something which can be done within just a specified interval of time. So this is what actually it is, something which you first have to be aware of, why you have started in the first place, and then after you should be first aware of you are becoming the one who is going to solve the problem, not just to become a programmer. And then after the third one here, you should have at least one of the mentor, because even if you have started in the first place, you might be aware the technologies which you have been learning, but along the process you might be making a kind of mistake which you could avoid if you are having any kind of mentorship. And definitely if you are working with any of the organization, there will always be any kind of senior developers, maybe tech lead or solution architect, whatever it is, there would always be, you can reach out to them to solve any kind of problems and take help of them. And the fourth one is, this is one of the mistakes which I used to be doing when I was first started my journey in one of the corporate industry. And this one is, I was making things complicated by myself. Do not ever complicate the things, make it very simple, that's it. Actually, one of the senior given me one of the problem to solve in that specific day only, and I needed to solve, but I was figuring out that what actually would be the most efficient way to solve the problem, even after there won't be any kind of bugs or which needs to be fixed later on. But then after he came across and said to me that you need to be first get it done, later on you will be able to refine it, later on if you find any kind of room for the improvement, definitely you would be able to optimize it. So you have to first get the stuff done, never ever over complicate the things. That's it. If you're going to build something, you just have to start and build from scratch to the end. Do not think about the thing which is going to be coming into the way as a challenge, or maybe any kind of bugs or maybe any kind of issues which you're having in the journey. You will be able to figure out and fix on the same way, instead of figuring it out in the first place, which is going to be making you and your process of finishing the project over complicated. And the fourth one here is, build the hard stuff. Because when you are going to build something which is completely difficult for you, that is what actually you are going to learn. And definitely if you are working in an industry, definitely you are going to get the stuff which is completely hard based on your level. And that is what the journey for the improvement is. Because if you are getting the thing and you are getting comfortable with one of the technologies, there is no such room for improvement you are allowing for yourself. And that is the one of the reason that you should be first clear enough that you have to do the hard stuff. And there actually the real growth resides. It is kind of thing that you are going to the gym and you have been just learning how to do the workout in most efficient way so that your muscle gets extended. Just watching any kind of lessons from any kind of tutorials or learning from somewhere else is not going to help you really. You need to be one first who would be getting into the things, doing the workout and going to the gym every single day, and that is what actually going to help you strengthen your muscle, instead of just watching someone doing the same. And so you have to just build the project you have never thought you would probably be able to complete this. Just clone any kind of website which is making you hard in the first place to start. Just start and start working on this and finish. Never ever thought of perfectionism, because this is what actually going to make you stuck somewhere else, and this would be a kind of procrastination over there which is getting you stuck somewhere you have not even decided of. You should be kind of that, okay, this is actually the problem I am having, getting the challenges, overcoming the challenges. Again I've been overcoming the challenges, finding the bugs, fixing that bugs. Again we'll have to resolve the solution. Then after, you are feeling so great about yourself that you have put a days, maybe 2 days or 3 days to fix that specific bugs for yourself. And that is what actually the room for improvement for you in a technical world, and any of the industry you would be getting into these things. So in the end, you should be clear enough that you are going to be the one who would be problem solver, not one who would just learning the programming language. And the last but not the least is you should have the mindset of learning the coding and programming and solving the problems. Because if you're getting any kind of industry, 90% of the tasks which you have never thought of completely new, and you should be solving this. Because I have also been going through this situation same, and it's been 3 years, and I know 90% of the problem which you are going to face while you are working with any of the organizations which is completely new. So you should have first of the mindset that everything is figure outable. You will be able to figure out whatever the challenges is out there. I will be able to figure out, and that is what actually the one mindset shift you need in order to become a software developer or a software engineer, whatever you wish you could say. This is what actually going to start your journey in this technical field and get these things done, and definitely will see you very soon. Till then, have a nice life.